Sorry for the delay, everybody, but I am here. I'm here. All right, give me 1 second. Let me get my comments up. Let me make sure everybody is tuning in. Let me just share. I'm just sharing the live. I'm just sharing the live. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, I'm just sharing the live. I'm literally dropping flex bombs. I'm over here dropping flex bombs on these mofos. All right, so let me get a song on. We had a lot of submissions this week. A lot of submissions this week. Let me get my camera up, guys. Let me get my camera up. Uh, Sorry for the I had a big delay, guys. I had like such oh my goodness. My freaking I was having this crazy feedback and I didn't know where it was coming from. I was like, what the fuck? Like I don't get it. I had really bad feedback, but I think it's fixed now. Let me look over my comments. Um so this is the Minx Show podcast. I didn't start with any music today. I'm just getting right into it, and I'm just gonna get right into the podcast. I don't wanna hold y'all up, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Shout out! I just saw a text message. Um, we just got a new Patreon member. We just got a new Patreon member, so I'm gonna get my Patreon member his song on. Just give me 1 second, cause it was quite of a quite a beginning of the show today. So let me just get started. So today's show, hold on, Mr. Morpheus, Mr. Morpheus, Mr. Morpheus. I got my Periscope comments popping up. That's what we want. That's what we want. We want the Periscope comments as well as everywhere else. Can y'all hear me good? Just let me know if y'all hear me good. I just want to know if y'all can hear me good. I see that some people are saying yes. All right, so we are actually live. Hold on, let me make sure. We're live on hold on. Yeah, so we're actually live on Station Head. We're live on we're live hold on. Yeah, we're live on Station Head, we're live on Periscope, we're live on Facebook. As you see, Dad, I changed the microphone head. I changed the microphone head. I just wanted to see what what it would sound like if I just changed the microphone head. Let me get some music on. Couple of articles I got today. Um, Hold on, what's my email? I'm over here. I'm moderating over on Periscope. I don't want you guys to think that nobody's a moderator. I need to get one of my Patreon members to be a moderator because y'all be wilding in the comments. I'm just typing in my password. So today's episode, I'm like so unprofessional right now. No, it's just I'm using two different phones. Um, so basically, today's episode is called Ego, and I call it Ego because there's a lot of stuff going on with people's egos and how they are handling themselves as artists, and it's just it's just a lot of stuff going on, and we have to you know bring this into consideration. So again, we had a new Periscope member. Um, Let me get their information up. But while I do that, I'm gonna get some songs on. So I was giving away some freebies today. Um, Obviously, people that have been sharing the podcast, that people that have been promoting the podcast, y'all already know that I got you. You know what I'm saying? People that have signed up to become Patreon members, I got you. So Bars Nice just became a Patreon member. I think I played your song last night, but you know what? Since this is the podcast, they ain't here yet. So we gonna get this song on. Again, this is Bars Nice. Um, Those of you that didn't tune in yesterday, you guys will be able to hear it now. All right. So I Ain't a Gangster. We're going to get that on. And here we go.
I ain't a gangster, I just hung with them. Brothers in the streets getting money, used to run with them. Smoked a lot of weed, drunk bottles of Bacardi rum. No loss of knee amongst brothers, just having fun. I ain't a gangster, I just hung with them. Brothers in the streets getting money, used to run with them. Smoked a lot of weed, drunk bottles of Bacardi rum. No loss of knee amongst brothers, just having fun. I'm 5'8", but staying tall above the rest of y'all. I got an itchy trigger finger, fuck a brawl. Know what I'm getting at, them things that go click clack. No, I'm not a barber, but I push your hairline back to the white meat. You know I keep the street. A cold world with cold Negroes. I pack heat over these bully beats. I'm spitting bully balls. I leave rappers battered and bruised with many scars. Those fly, rich and famous rappers, I'm shooting stars. That old nigga with a gray beard, he's still at large. My love for hip hop, time reveals Elder Barge. I'm from the era of the Chiba Chiba. When it wasn't called Albert Reefer, when it was cheaper, when niggas was just hustling with beepers. Before the gunplay street sweepers, when a man could die over a pair of sneakers or a gold chain. When animated Negroes became a still frame. Memories of losing loved ones, I feel pain. I think about them often, how we lost them. Little Dicky and the homie Keith Laughlin. The price we paid when we living in them streets. It's a heartless game, and Negroes playing for keeps. The price we paid when we living in them streets. It's a heartless game, and Negroes playing for keeps. I ain't a gangster, I just hung with them. Brothers in the streets getting money, used to run with them. Smoked a lot of weed, drunk bottles of Bacardi rum. No loss of knee amongst brothers, just having fun. I ain't a gangster, I just hung with them. Brothers in the streets getting money, used to run with them. Smoked a lot of weed, drunk bottles of Bacardi rum. No loss of knee amongst brothers, just having fun. Back then we used the hands, we never used guns. If you was nice with yours, you shot a fair one. I'm reminiscing of the days when I was young. We used to dress so fly, define fashion. From 86 to 88, App Nicholas got it started from the raw shit. We was tugboating, pushing a lot of weight. Third and off a hot spot, had us on the 48. Yeah. We chef harder than your city blocks. We got cake, that's not a lifetime thing. That's a big mistake. You gotta shift them gears, it's too much at stake. The cost is great, your freedom or your life. Too heavy of a price, so we gotta find a better way to earn a legal pay. Too many of us good brothers getting put away. We getting put away. I ain't a gangster, I just hung with them. Brothers in the streets getting money, used to run with them. Smoked a lot of weed, drunk bottles of Bacardi rum. No loss of knee amongst brothers, just having fun. I ain't a gangster, I just hung with them. Brothers in the streets getting money, used to run with them. Smoked a lot of weed, drunk bottles of Bacardi rum. No loss of knee amongst brothers, just having fun. Isaac Fletcher, Little Dicky, rest in peace. Keith Laughlin, rest in peace. Darnell Andrews, rest in peace.
All right. Again, that was a dope track. Definitely a dope track that was submitted. I appreciate it. I was like, yo, why does it sound like it's coming out of one side of my ears? And it's obviously my freaking headphones, my headphone jacks. I go through more headphone jacks. You know, these headphones, as you guys can see, these are detachable. So you could change them up and make them all pretty if you choose to. But you know, my comfort is not, it don't matter. All right. So this is the Minx Show podcast. Again, today's episode is Ego, and boy, do I have a show for you. Not only do I deal with haters on a daily basis and people throwing shade, before I came on the show today, one of my homies, Frostbeats, hits me up. I'm chilling. And he's like, yo, there was a tweet, like your tweet was featured on a website. I was like, what? What are you talking about? Because I'm like, you already know how it is. I don't. I'm not trying to have no smoke with this Twitter account. You guys know what happened the last time around. But this was with allhiphop.com. These people actually featured a tweet of mine that I had put up. Um, My dad says, when you started kicking in your mother's womb, the ego was born. The very first mistake of getting identified with your physical body means the ego was born. It is a defense mechanism. Wow, Dad, that was very deep. I don't think they're ready for that conversation yet, though. my dad and I, my dad and I are woke. So we be having these little conversations about reality of life and shit. But thank you for that, Dad. That's very important. All right, so they featured my tweet, and the tweet that I had said it was about Nicki Minaj, and again we don't like to talk about the mainstream up in this biatch, but we're gonna have to just touch this. We're gonna just touch it real quick. All right, so basically, Nicki Minaj's man's got her a ring, and with this ring, it was valued at $1 million or more, and she was pretty much on her live saying, or they did a video for Halloween. She was dressed up as thank you, James. So basically, they people were saying in the comments, they were like, oh, Nikki bought that ring, and now I'll tell you, I don't really care who bought the ring. I just don't like fakeness. There's a lot of women that do buy their own wedding ring. They do buy their own engagement ring. They pay for the wedding. Like they pay for everything. So I really don't understand the synopsis behind why they're trying to make it seem like it's so, not true. Like, oh, that's not true. But my tweet was featured when I said in the tweet, I said, I can't find it right now. I was looking for it. But in the tweet, I said that the Nicki Minaj saying that her man bought her the ring was the exact equivalent of you giving your child money and your child goes and they buy you a gift. You technically, schmechnically bought your own gift. You bought your own gift. Just because you give somebody money, do whatever you want, but buy me something, you're technically, you're full of it. Thank you, Dad. My dad says, peace to everyone in the chat that supports Minx. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dad. You mean a lot to me for throwing that in there. So I'm gonna get to the first article. There was I try not to inundate myself with articles during the week, but some of the stuff that I see does stick. And I was like, yeah, we gonna have to talk about this. We gonna have to talk about this. So the first thing that I saw during the week was my favorite conversation. And it's my favorite because, this is what's really going on. And people, they like to act stupid. They like to act dumb. So I'm going to move over to this chat and I'm going to add me in this chat. See, some of you guys, you're like, oh, I want to do podcasting. But, to run a live podcast, again, being on time and all that stuff is important. But y'all already know me. I'm on CP time most of the time, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better. All right, so let's get to this article. This was the first article that I saw, and this article says, this is from The Guardian. This article says, artists are quitting the music business due to abuse and sexism. Now, we can all pretend that there is no abuse and there is no sexism going on. But, from what I've been seeing, I think that's total BS. All right. So it says reams of talented artists are leaving the music industry due to sexism abuse, the Musicians Union had said, with the new figures suggesting that almost half of its members have experienced harassment at work. The union called on the government to extend protections relating to discrimination and harassment in the Equality Act of 2010 to freelancers so that they were entitled to the same protections in those fields, of those in fixed employment. In a survey conducted by the union, which represents more than 31,000 musicians, 90% of them who are freelancers, 48% of the respondents said that they had experienced workplace harassment. More than 4 in 5, 85% did not report it. Now, this is very interesting too because, I had a conversation with one of my followers in the, we were definitely in the chat. Were we chat? No, we were DMing. And, I always welcome people to DM me and talk to me, especially the women, because you already know we about exposing mofos up on this biatch. And not only do I expose mofos, I like to, of course, listen to the artists that are, facing conflict. There is a lot of sexual harassment going on, and a lot of that shit is covered by the law. So I always, tell artists, and, just like I told this follower of mine, I told her, look, if you feel uncomfortable, I wouldn't work with that person. I wouldn't even entertain it. I don't care if you got a project or you're in the middle of a project. You need to nip that in the bud. Because what happens is that God forbid something does happen, you feel uncomfortable. What happens is that when you go to court and you try to go after these people, the first thing they're going to ask you is, well, if you felt uncomfortable, why did you stay? They're not going to accept an explanation as, well, we were in the middle of the project. Nah, you need to bounce, bizounce, bye-bye. You need to follow that your gut instinct. If your gut instinct is saying someone is a creep, then you need to be out this biatch. Okay, so Bar's Nice. What's good, Bar's Nice? I just played your track. I'm not sure if you heard it. James Z Town says, I like the women. I like women hit my DMs too. No, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it how some of these creep ass dudes, some of these creep ass dudes be on their crazy shit. Like, I get it, but come on, business is business. But, this is something that's going on. This is going on. And, artists are definitely taking a stand. They ain't trying to hear that funny shit. So they say we are aware of far too many cases of talented musicians, particularly young or emerging artists, leaving the industry altogether due to sexism, sexual harassment, or abuse. So mofos is leaving the music business not because, oh, I didn't make it or it's never going to happen. They're leaving the music business because of the fact that they are tired of being targeted by horny men. Okay, so if you're a person that's like me, I don't play that shit. That's why I always felt the need. I started making my own beats. People ask me, what's up, Ray Jensman? Y'all need to check out his podcast, Jensman's podcast. Definitely a dope podcast. I like listening to it. He has a very soothing voice. Some people are into that. So basically, y'all need to just speak up. I really think that if we start speaking up and speaking out and letting these mofos know that you about your business and you ain't trying to be in the studio all day, trying to, rub a knob, I would definitely just speak up and just don't be afraid. This is a big, big change that's going on in the industry, and the laws are definitely impacting and getting down and dirty with letting these mofos know what you doing is technically illegal. Okay, so that's that article. James Z Town says, exactly, business is business. I have walkaways, been a supporter of women in hip hop. Honestly, I feel women versus hit the hardest in hip hop song. Yes, some women's verses, because a lot of these women's verses, they are kind of influencing this sexism shit. You know what I mean? Shout out to Station Head. Shout out to everybody that's on Station Head, saying what's up. Can we hear your music? Yeah, you'll hear my music right when I'm done with my commentary, darling. This is the Minx Show podcast. So the Minx Show podcast is more talk, but I do play some songs. No doubt, Ray Jensman. Okay, so we have live. Again, we're live on Station Head. I'm going to tell y'all how that shit happened right after this next article. Okay, because there was a couple of articles in here that really had me like, eh. Okay. One of the things I wanted to say too was, there was an article I saw. It may be old, but it's still time. This was October the 16th, but we all know how long these things take. So it says Jim Jones and Dave East call on new Harlem artists for compilation album. Those of you who did not know, y'all need to be reaching out to Jim Jones and to Dave East because you could possibly get your moment and blow up. So it says if you know an unsigned artist from Harlem, let them know that this might be their big break. On Wednesday, Jim Jones announced that he has teamed up with Dave East, which will consist of some of the most successful artists to come out of Harlem, but will mainly focus on the new talent that's coming out of Harlem. Shout out to them, because you don't see none of these artists that are blown up and doing something. You don't see them trying to put nobody on. But anyway, basically, they want to give people a fair chance, and they want people to submit what is it? They want people to submit their music and become part of this Harlem compilation. So again, y'all need to, hit them up, find out exactly how you can get that, get into that opportunity because an opportunity is an opportunity. Y'all really need to start looking out for opportunities because again, you never know. You never know who's trying to put somebody on. I know there's a couple of artists that and directors that I actually follow on my social media. You don't have to follow like the celebrities. Like you need to follow like B-listers and C-listers and maybe D-listers. But you never know. They may be like walking into an opportunity and they're welcoming, they're welcoming their fans to be part of it and you just like, oh, you ain't an A-list, so I'ma just like your pictures because you got some nice captions. That's okay. You could do that. Uh, That ain't me though. I'm cool with everybody. I try to know everybody. I want to know everybody. All right. So those are those two articles. And now we're gonna get into some music. I try to keep it moving, again. I'm working on 4 different devices. I got my iPhone on my left, I got my iPhone in the middle, I got my iPad over there. So it's like I feel like Morpheus. I'm like I feel like I'm reviewing the world. So while I bring up this next song, let me tell you guys how I got into the station head thing, just so that it's for the record. Because this was people were asking me like, Minx, how did you get that? Like, how did you do that? And I'm like, okay, so like my dumbass. Let me tell you what my dumbass did. Okay, so back in December, I think it was December. Yeah, December. When before the Mink Show was the Mink Show. It was Al Toonsy says I'm network first always. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Okay, so basically, whenever there's a startup company, I'm always like investigating startup companies because sometimes I really do invest my little coins into these startup companies because I know if I want to start up something, I would want that same blessing in return. And I'm only interested in startup companies that are here to help artists. And Station Head had popped up on my news feed a couple of months ago. This was like in December of 2018 and they said that they were trying to launch something and before I had dat plug I had I had my own show at the time but it wasn't like set up like this and basically I was thinking about starting a radio station and I was like if this was meant to be it would be and so, somehow or another an ad popped up. Station Head was there. They were like, if you're trying to start a new radio station, why don't you sign up to become a brand ambassador? So I was like, okay, why not? So I did, and here I am. Shout out to Underground Mics, though. Underground Mics just signed up for Station Head. No idea how to use it yet, but looking forward to Minx helping us. I got you. I got you. I just figured it out myself, and trust me, it's definitely lit. Definitely lit. I like it. I like it so far. I was just confused about like, okay, how do I implement my mixer and my professional setup with this because of the fact that you can use it with your phone. But anywho, I'm just so blessed and I'm so happy. I feel like opportunities just fall into my lap. And, I'm just so glad that people are working with me and, I'm just making it work. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Okay, so again, I didn't have like a strict, what is it? I didn't have like a strict idea as to, because so many people, like for some reason recently, I don't know if somebody ran my name through some A&R database or some shit, because I was getting emails up the ass all week with people sending me songs from labels. And I was like, y'all are from labels? Y'all need to, get on this level, because y'all are from labels and you guys are sending me songs and y'all not even saying hello. That's not right. I just don't think that that's right, in my opinion. I'm just a small podcast. I'm here to just help and flourish and build other people, and they're sending me all these crazy music. But anyway, all right. So I'm gonna get this song on. It's called. I'm just like picking. Okay, so this guy who is probably not tuned in, but that's okay. Um, and that's the other thing. Y'all need to stop sending these Dropbox shit. Like, come on. Shiesty Red, what's goody? Shiesty Red is in the building. Thank you for tuning in. I Yesterday was a dope day. That was the first time for Minx Nightly, the nightly show. That was the first day that we actually debuted a song for a video that I shot, which is cool. Um, oh yeah, I know who I want to play. I know who I want to play. Tony Grands. Tony Grands. Let me tell you about Tony Grands. Tony Grands is a very good like a dope artist. I've been really interested in his podcast. Like Tony Grands' podcast is hilarious, and it's not even on some hilarious like it's like stand up comic shit. It's just like his podcast pretty much, they're like little 30-second, like 30-minute snippets of his life and situations, and very deep thinker, and a lot of podcasters, which I'm seeing, they all do music. So when I reach out to a podcaster and I see that they're doing music, I was like, oh, so this is not just like a weird thing, it's just something that we're all into. So Tony Grands, I'm gonna get his song on. He actually sent over a song. Don't tell me I don't have Spotify on this damn phone. Oh Lord. Where is it? Tony Grands. These things happen, guys. You know what I mean? It's like I have to always consistently move my setup. Like my setup is in my room today. And being that it's in my room today, I was like, oh shit, I don't have the same configurations. My room noise is much quieter than it was in my living room, but today it's just a freaking mess. It's just a mess. My cat is wilding out. I don't know what my cat is doing. My cat is just like going through some shit. If you haven't checked out the world premiere of Clockwork Orange, you need to check it out ASAP. Yes, y'all need to check that out. Listen, I don't like to boost up my work that I've done, but I'm pretty proud of what I've done. It's just very important to me that people understand that it's not easy to do a podcast and shoot a video and edit it on top of that. And then of course, like I said yesterday, you have this, this is part of the whole ego thing. You have music video directors that shoot videos, and it's almost like they set it and forget it. Like, I'm like, look, if I spent hours editing a video, it's just as much as mine as it is the artist. So why am I not going to promote it for them? Like, why am I not going to go hard in promotion? And, I have never shot a video with a video director from my own personal experience, but I'm only going based on those who have. And it's like they shoot a video and they do like that weird, cinematic, widescreen, promo video. And then that's it. They promote it for like a week, and then, you don't hear from them again. I'm like, aren't you proud of your work? Like the ego in them is like, I don't want them to know that I am, I don't want them to know that I shot the video and I'm going that hard to promote this artist. I mean, don't you think you would actually get more clients if you treated the video as if it was your own? Like, That's like the only thing I don't get. I treat it as if it's my own shit. Even if I engineer a song, if I do a beat, I'm promoting that beat. And this is why I get into these little fights with these producers and beat makers online, because I keep it real. Hold on, what is my password? Oh my God. For Spotify. Okay, of course you were gonna F with me that way. So this is just basically how I look at it. You know, I don't have no problems, even though I had one producer that who's a rapper, he don't want to F with me no more, and I don't really give a shit. But you know, I do apologize. I keep it real, and I'm sorry that, you know, he don't. Tony Grands, what was the name that of that song? Um, I know I put it in my rotation today. Tony Grands. That was that shit better be in my rotation because I know I sat down and I put it here. Um, Tony Grands. Let's see. I was looking at some podcasts earlier. You give a shit. My dad is funny. Facts. I feel you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly. Oh, it's called Under the Clouds. Okay. Under the Clouds. Yeah, it's just annoying to me. Like people don't care like they should, and it's like if I care about my clients. Tony, I'm gonna have to play it through my computer, guys, because my Spotify is just like. I signed up for a new Spotify account, and it's like the username is like all these crazy letters and numbers. But let me see if it'll play from here. It should play.
You got a choice. You got talent. I want to hear about your environment, what your mama didn't give you, and the white man won't give you no shot. You got a chance.
My time is coming right now. Hey, fuck the debating and waiting and wondering how. They wondering how. Hey, I'ma shine bright as the sun right up under the clouds. Letting them have it whenever they come for the crown. Ain't fucking around, shutting them down. My time is coming right now. It's coming right now. Hey, fuck the debating and waiting and wondering how. They wondering how. Hey, I'ma shine bright as the sun right up under the clouds. Letting them have it whenever they come for the crown. Ain't fucking around, shutting them down. Smile in the face of these gentlemen. Ay. After that, lace up my Timberlands. Ay. I know the race is beginning. They hate and they grin. They embrace us, be feminine. Yeah. Feel out of place, ain't no fitting in. All out of space, ain't no getting in. Yeah. Bro, my persona is like a piranha inside of the space that you sitting in. Bite a nigga ass though. Pause that low key about the cash flow. Claws back, bet you leave him with a slash throw. All facts, really hate to be an asshole. Fuck y'all cats on the daily. Cellular be blowing up with phone calls. I don't really give a fuck like old dog. Try to told y'all on the couch smoking blunts, watching snowfall till I leave the rattle off a roll call. Cold-blooded nigga, bring a coat, y'all. And a magazine to read while you wait. When we done, discard of the dead bodies, food for the birds, feed for the snakes. Hope you die in the elevator, bleed in your rape. Lie on the respirator, see your mistakes. Damn, how much food you need on the plate? At this point, too much speed for the brakes. Let's go. My time is coming right now. Hey, fuck the debating and waiting and wondering how. They wondering how. Hey, I'ma shine bright as the sun right up under the clouds. Letting them have it whenever they come for the crown. Ain't fucking around, shutting them down. My time is coming right now. It's coming right now. Hey, fuck the debating and waiting and wondering how. They wondering how. Hey, I'ma shine bright as the sun right up under the clouds. Letting them have it whenever they come for the crown. Ain't fucking around, shutting them down. My nigga, I'm solid and thorough. High as the top of the world. Poppin', I twirl. Shine like an opulent pearl. They get squashed like a squirrel. Oculus narrow. But my shit's wide and I see it. Niggas either hide or they flee and provide the per diem. Bloodstains dry on the semen. Another homicide in the evening. Whole lot of devils in the city of angels. Whole lot of rebels and there's plenty of strangers. Whole lot of levels to this hideous danger. Ain't gotta get ready if you hold your shit steady. Strange fruit hang from palm trees. Ain't a graceful place at all, king. It's like that grapefruit taste, small sting. You need a map and a
hard hat, strap knife and a ball back. Take a good look at life when you fall back. Where my kids and my wife, they ain't call back. Paranoid, dip around where y'all at, flipping out in all black. Niggas getting lapped too fast for y'all. Shoot a couple times and bounce like basketball. Trying to stack cash so fast you crash and fall. Trading your whip for a casket, y'all. Let's go. Time is coming right now. Coming right now. Ayy, fuck the debating and waiting and wondering how. They wondering how. Ayy, I'ma shine bright as the sun right up under the clouds. Under the clouds. Whoop. Letting them have it whenever they come for the crown. Ain't fucking around, shutting them down. Letting them have it whenever they come for the crown. Ain't fucking around, shutting them down.
Okay, yes, that was Tony Grands. Thank you, Tony Grands. Thank you, Tony Grands. Y'all need to follow him. Y'all need to check out his podcast. He definitely has some dope shit. Dope shit. All right, so here we go. We're gonna get into the second half. Shout out to King Solo. Where you been, King Solo? Where you been at? Where you been at? I ain't hear from you in a minute. Okay. All right, so we're going to get into some nitty gritty. Okay. All right. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. I have an interesting article that I read. I was at Burger King today, believe it or not. So this article right here really, baby, kind of be like, what in the F is going on in here? So this article right here, it says, now that labels can pay to promote music on Spotify, how will smaller artists compete? I want to read that again very, very slowly, because that's some information that is kind of sort of unfair. Okay, so again, now that labels can pay, now you done messed up my whole shit. Okay, Newsweek. This is through Newsweek. So it says, now that labels can pay to promote music on Spotify, how will smaller artists compete? Bruh. Why are labels paying Spotify? This is what I want to know. But let's go through the article together. So it says Spotify is testing a new feature that will allow record labels to pay for promotion to users in the United States, with plans to expand its availability soon, a spokesperson for the platform confirmed to Newsweek on Thursday. While the popular music streaming service asserts that the tool will enable artists to reach their fans directly, critics fear that the advertising policy will aid major labels and established artists and may be harmful to the smaller artists with less of a budget to spend on ads. So Music Business Worldwide reports that the feature will incorporate Spotify's brand new Music for You pop-up ad, which informs users of new releases based on their listening habits. The music streaming service will only allow record labels to ping frequent listeners or fans who have followed an artist. Premium users will be able to disable notifications. So they say in a press release about the service, Spotify advertised, I lost it. Oh yeah, we will let artists teams pay to sponsor these recommendations, giving them power to tell their listeners on Spotify across both our free and premium tiers about their latest release. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. So Underground Mike says, yes, platforms think that once you shout out a song that someone paid for that, your work is done. He says, a real platform, if someone invests in you, the platform, we promote it like it's our song because you never stop supporting the customer who supports you. Absolutely. So here's my issue. My issue with this is that I keep saying to artists, and again, they got their little effing egos here. So here's what we're going to do. Every single time I mention the word ego, I'm just going to say bruh. That's it. So I think that these labels have a huge ego. Bruh. And here's what the problem is. Okay. And this is the same situation that's happening to me behind the scenes too, because I'm working on the vlog about that. Underground Mike says pay for play. Number of plays don't determine the quality of songs, just the amount that are willing to promote it. Exactly. So here's my synopsis on this. Are you ready for this? My synopsis is this. First of all, when it comes to promotion, okay, I always say all the time when I was sitting to myself and thinking, I was like, what the hell is promotion? And what do artists expect out of promotion? What do artists hope the outcome is going to be out of promoting themselves with a service or something or another, right? I feel like everybody has their fucking hand out. Okay? Everybody has their hand out. Pay me, pay me, pay me, gimme, 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 gimme. Okay? Now, whether you do your research on a service or not, that's totally up to you. But where my stance is this. Record labels always have the upper hand. They have the upper hand in everything. So it's almost like a battle between the independent artists and a battle between the labels. Like kind of like if you want to get ahead, which is most of these services that most of these services that try to hit you up in the DMs on some disrespectful shit, oh, well, if you don't invest in yourself, I'm like, okay, let me just say something to you. Okay. I don't mind investing in myself. I don't mind paying for promotion. I don't mind doing that shit. But my spiel about it is this. I want to be able to know that there is a goal in mind. See, these labels, they have it out there and they put a bug in everybody's ear that in order for you to get to the promised land of your music career, you need a label. Like you need to go through a label. And I understand the stigma, the little fairy tale and shit. That's cute and all. But I hear the word label, and in my mind, I'm saying to myself, okay, that's a person that's going to be taking about 98.999% of my cut of my own intellectual property. And I don't like labels for that reason. I think being in a label, like signing up with a label is dope. But am I going to be trapped into something? So now these labels said to themselves, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start paying Spotify to advertise our artists. Okay. Equally dope. That's dope. But why can't we do the same shit? Okay. Because these artists, again, labels are buying streams. We know that the labels are buying streams. They're buying these streams. They're tricking the numbers. They're just over embellishing a little bit. Like we know that there's a lot of streaming farms in labels. Like you think labels did not purchase a warehouse somewhere where there's about 250 iPads and they're paying kids to just keep changing a VPN number and just keep streaming the same shit over and over and over again to raise those numbers. Like, it's not right. I just don't think it's right. I think Spotify is looking like it's being ran by Mark Zuckerberg right now because we really don't need to be in competition with labels. That's our whole reason for signing up. Like our whole reason for being independent is to stay away from the whole network, the networks of that. Shiesty Red says they're going to try it with all platforms. Spotify is just the first ones. Yeah, Spotify is always the first ones. Spotify. I don't see Spotify is not going to be around for a while. I don't see it happening. But it is what it is. I won't put it past. And just to say, shout out to Yayo Pills. Thank you for tuning in. This leads me into my next article. what they're doing, what the labels are doing. These labels are like, well, fuck these independent artists, man. They don't want to pay up and pay $1,000 for us to, sell them a dream. So we going to just show them how we going to do it without them. So this article here, this whole Spotify shit leads me into this article. And so let me tell you about this article and why I literally sat back in my chair and I was like, what? Okay, so it says Kevin Durant gets a crash course in mainstream versus underground radio after requesting Freddie Gibbs. Now, when I read this article, yes, this is October the 8th. I know, we have to do much more better with looking at dates, but it's still very relevant. This is a timeless thing here. So this is on Hip Hop DX, like I said. And it says, so it says Brooklyn Nets small power forward Kevin Durant stopped by Hot 97's Ebro in the morning. It says Kevin Durant brought up Freddie Gibbs as an artist he's currently listening to. After Darden said it was time to get on some tunes, he was quickly given a brief lesson in how mainstream radio is operated. So he says, what are you playing right now? And Ebro was saying this to Kevin Durant. So he looks at his phone and he says, oh, I'm listening to Freddie Gibbs. So Ebro then asks whether they should play Palmolive featuring Pusha T and Killer Mike. And Rosenberg jokingly said, if I played it, it would be a problem. So Darden replies, absolutely, but you're not Kevin Durant. So this is where this part of the article just had me like, okay, it makes a little bit more sense here. So it says Kevin Durant, he seemed confused by the exchange, asking Darden, you don't like playing underground music on the radio? And Darden stated, not at prime time, because it's mainstream and prime time. That would defeat the purpose of underground. Oh my God. Oh my God. He went there. He effing went there. So Kevin Durant then says, what is mainstream? So then when Laura Stiles attempted to clarify that there were politics at play, Darden shot down the notion, citing his audience, commuters, and possibly families, more or less, wouldn't be as into it. It's most of the people in their car right now. When we play this Freddie Gibbs and Madlib song, they're going to hear some great raps. But they like to sing along with songs with the melody. It's because of how people listen during commute times. It's not really political. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. I call bullshit for two reasons. Two reasons. Now, you have somebody like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is obviously, a bigwig. He's famous. He's cool. He plays basketball. Okay, great. But the whole stigma, this entire stigma of, oh, we're not going to play so in this whole article and this whole situation that transpired, they're basically saying they do not play underground hip hop or an underground radio. They don't play it because it will fuck with the commuters. It would just fuck with their commute. What? This is why the radio doesn't play our music. The radio, it's not even the fucking payola situation. Okay, it has nothing to do with that. They're trying to make an excuse by saying that, oh, well, we don't play this shit because it's going to fuck with the commuter. And, they want to sing along. They want to sing along the songs. Well, let's just be honest here. Most commuters don't listen to music on their way to work. They listen to podcasts. I can contest to this because I've actually attended a couple of internet seminars that discussed, they have, little seminars for podcasters and shit to tune into, webinars, I mean. And they say that podcasts is what they listen to these days. And this article is, this situation is not too far away. This is like a month ago. This is the 8th of October. But this is what Rosenberg is talking about. So here's what else Rosenberg said to conclude this article. So Rosenberg says he took the opportunity to plug his show Real Late with Rosenberg, which airs Sunday nights on Hot 97, where he frequently plays underground hip hop. He says, "This is how you balance it out. I'm supposed to be here to fight for art against big corporate," he said, pointed out at pointing to Darden. And then he also says, what else? They're just talking about how Freddie Gibbs is popping. How do you guys feel about that? Like, Rosenberg just pretty much painted the picture for all of us. It's like, first of all, I used to like Hot 97. I used to love Hot 97. I used to listen to them mofos religiously. I actually wanted to be a host on Hot 97. But I really think that Hot 97, they're not what they used to be. They're definitely not what they used to be. Hot 97 is pretty much a breeding ground to I just think that, with the who's next shit, I just think that that's a scam. I'm sorry. There's been a lot of people that have been complaining about that. But none of these stations, none of these radio stations give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me. They don't care about the fact that you're a hungry, starving artist. We have a comment over at Station Head. What are y'all saying over at Station Head? Ben Black says, Ebro and Flex is annoying. Shake my head. Yeah, shake my head too. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it up. Look, I just say this. There's a big problem with radio. Big problem with radio. Radio heads don't care. They don't care. Their job is to take money from industry people to play music. That's why you hear the same songs playing over and over and over again. And 9 times out of 10, the songs are trash. I'm sorry, they're trash. I don't care what anybody says. I know I say I don't call people's music trash, but this is trash. Okay, I don't have nothing against mumble rappers. I don't care about what the fuck y'all rapping about. I just think that when you are putting stuff on the mainstream and the songs that you're putting out there have to do with twerking, dabbing, drugging, and you got kids reciting this shit, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. Ben Black says it's always been politics. Of course, it's politics. Money and politics, period. It's not about your talent. Fuck your talent. That's what what's his face said. Okay, this was on when he was on with DJ Academics. Fuck your talent. Get an investor, and that's another scam going on these days. People are putting up that it's not even about promotion services anymore. They want you to fall into this. I want to invest in your career shit. Okay, I've seen a couple of people have been sending me emails regarding that. Like, hey, Minx, can you check this out for me? And I'm like, that ain't supposed to be going down like that. But it is what it is. I'm very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Right in our faces. And this is why I do the podcast. I do the podcast because I come across these articles and y'all need to know about it. Y'all need to see it. Y'all need to hear it. Y'all need to see it for yourself. Because a lot of this shit gets buried. Okay? A lot of this shit gets buried in the headlines. Ben Black says radio programming, keyword programming. Oh, yes, programming. Programming. I be breaking down words all the time. Underground Mike says he's over at YouTube. He says, we started Underground Mics because I got tired of the same 10 songs being overplayed. Too much great music is available, but not available to mainstream. Yeah, because, F us. F us. We had to start our own lanes. Me and Underground Mics is cool peeps. We have the same vision in mind. We trying to grow. There's a lot of people out here that say that they're for artists and they really are for their pockets. You know what I mean? We ain't about that life. We just trying to we trying to be part of music history. You know what I'm saying? Bars Nice says it's an imbalance right now. Exactly. So we're gonna get into my next segment and then the song. Okay. I have a rant / a These Hands Award to give out to a mofo that thought that he was slick. Okay. He thought that he was slick. And you know what? It's time to air them out. So this is the Minx Rant. And the These Hands Award. Now, as you guys know, I don't have a filter and I don't give a fuck. I had to give an extra bomb for emphasis. I had to give an extra bomb for emphasis. Okay. All right. So this is the Minx Rant. This is the Minx Rant. And this is also ties into the whole ego thing. Okay. Now, ever since I got into this podcasting shit, radio shit, I'm just a person that just always finds something to do. Like, you know how you have these chicks that get bored, they just do dumb shit. Okay, well, I'm not one of those chicks. If I get bored, I try to find a way to make money. Okay, if I get bored, I try to find a way to help somebody or help people. But this is gone beyond enough, and I've kind of dropped it a little bit on a couple of episodes before. I've been saying this has been going on, that's been going on with these radio dudes. I'm going to tell you guys what happened and why I had my fucking meltdown on Twitter. Okay, so hear me out. Okay, so I always come with receipts because that's just what I do. Okay. All right, so we all know a couple of months back, I had to start a new Twitter page. I got flagged maliciously, and people just kept complaining, and they were just tight-faced because, I was getting 2 million in engagement. That's a lot. That's a lot, especially if you could turn those people into clients, which I'm great at. Okay. I've been in the car business. I know how to talk. And I know how to show my evidence. Okay. So here's what happened. When I started my new Twitter account, thank you, Jennifer. When I started my new Twitter account, I was doing a follow back spree. I just believe that it's just a word of just being respectful. Somebody follows you, you follow them back. I've gotten a couple of people that followed me and then unfollowed me. And I was kind of like, yeah, that's kind of lame, but that's cool. Right. I had a surge of people that were men in radio, like FM radio. So they say. I had a surge of men that followed me, and some of them were cool, some were nice. Others hopped in my DMs asking me all these specific questions about what it is that I do. And I'm like, okay. Somebody else, hit me up and says, oh, are you BDS certified? I'm like, hi, how are you? My name is Minx Couture. I am an artist and producer, and I also have an internet radio show because of the fact I want to give artists an opportunity and a platform to have their shit heard. How are you? I'm just like, I'm a bitch. Okay, I keep it real. So whenever a male wants to get into my DMs and ask me about what the fuck it is that I'm doing, I'm just like, yeah. Now, some of the guys that I talk to, they really are interested in, getting to know me, networking, etc., etc. I'm down for that. Trust me. However, this mofo followed me. I followed him back. And then I started noticing his ego was eating his fucking brain alive because he just could not fathom, just could not understand. Why is this chick who is not BDS certified, who doesn't have a FM show on the radio, why are so many artists fucking with her, right? And we're just being honest, okay? I keep it real, okay? I'll always keep it real. That's just what I do. Okay, so here we go. We're getting into it. Cello, the Savage, you got to send me an email, submissions@mixradio.com. Send it to me during the week. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you guys. So y'all know what subtweeting is, right? Subtweeting or subbing somebody is when you say something. So I'll say I'll be like, oh, you know what? I like to eat corn with sea salt on my shit, right? So a subtweeter would say something, or someone that subs you will say something along the lines of, I can't stand bitches that eat corn with sea salt on it. And then, you're on the timeline, and I see the comments. Okay, I'm just looking at the comments. I see the tweet or the post on Facebook, and I'm just like, who the fuck pissed in your Cheerios? You know what I mean? So I noticed there was a couple of subtweeting from this gentleman. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna show you the receipts because this is what we're here for. So I'm gonna start with this one. Okay. So this gentleman, this sore loser with a big ass ego. So I tweeted some shit. That day. I had said something about, oh, I'm so excited. We're growing in numbers and blah, blah, blah. So he subtweets this. I got bum ass motherfuckers with non-certified internet radio stations biting my shit. I get more numbers just on my archive links of The Beat Goes In than y'all get live and archived combined. Plus, since y'all don't know what the fuck certify your station means, it's like your show never happened. Right? So I saw that. Something just said, you need to screenshot that, because that shit sounds very weird that somebody would just randomly do this. So I'm going to do a rebuttal on this shit, Divine Thought. Hopefully you tune in. You probably do. Probably be like, oh my God, I hate Minx. I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I want to have the comments up. Oh, cello. Okay. My bad. So, Divine Thought. I just want to get this off my chest because it's been brewing and I'm ready to let it all out. Okay. I need to have a full camera for this because you need to see my face. Divine Thought. Okay. I need to talk to y'all because you're gonna get these hands, bitch. First of all, I just started my Twitter account. Okay, I want to look into the camera too so you can see my eyes. I just started my Twitter account about 3 months ago, almost 2-3 months ago. Okay, because my other Twitter account was flagged and banned and deleted. Okay, because of haters. The haters that you wish you had. I've never heard of you. I don't know who the fuck you are. I haven't even checked out any of your shows. Okay. I don't. So how is anybody biting? You know how many shows are out here on YouTube and on Anchor and on Spotify and on Facebook Live? There are so many people on this fucking social media shit educating artists. So don't act like you're the only one out here doing it. Don't act like you're the only one out here doing it because you're not. I just happened to see that tweet and I felt some kind of way. I was like, okay. So I'm sitting here and I'm reading this tweet. I got bum ass motherfuckers with non-certified internet radio stations biting my shit. Okay, well, I'm on Station Head now. I'm a brand ambassador of Station Head. Can you ever get on a level where you can actually be a brand ambassador of something? Because the only thing you're a brand ambassador of is being a fucking dickhead. Your ego is eating you alive, bruh. You got 30,000 followers and you're only getting like 3 to 4 likes per tweet because you tweet out negative shit. You're crybaby. Wah. No one's listening to me. Wah. All these non-BDS certified shows. They're getting more streams than me. Wah. Okay, you're a baby. Your ego, check it at the door, bitch. Okay, so that was the first strike. Right? So here's the next comment. And this nigga was tweeting about me all day, by the way, guys. Like, he was just tweeting about me all day. So here's the next one. He says, I came out, I wrote a tweet. Some of you guys that are following me on Twitter, you guys know that I write positive tweets. I write tweets that engage and help people feel happy and be excited about being an artist. And I said something along the lines of, you know, we need to start putting fun back into being an artist. We need to make this shit fun again. This dude then tweeted after I said that, and I had like 30 to 40 likes, maybe 10 to 15 retweets on that tweet. He writes back, I don't have time or energy to type my whole feelings about this, but y'all gotta stop with this music is fun bullshit. Yes, it can be, but it's a profession. And the reason these corps control the damn business is because stupid assholes stop treating it like a business. Does this sound like a fucking podcast that y'all would want to listen to? I wouldn't want to listen to him. He just sounds very angry and bitter and sad because his music never went anywhere. So he's stuck in the radio. He's stuck in radio. He's stuck in podcasting. A radio station he probably does not even fucking own. And you're coming from Minx Couture? Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. Again, divine thought. With your thoughts not being so fucking divine. You are mad because you don't know how to connect with people. You can go ahead and connect with artists on a level, but you can't sit there and belittle them and put them down, because that's why nobody's listening to you. That's why nobody cares about your show. That's why nobody cares about your tweets. I'm just keeping it real. BDS certified or not, okay, station head, brand ambassador. Can you become a brand ambassador or something? I'll wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes, you fucking crybaby. Okay? So here's the last tweet. And I'm going to tell you guys why I'm showing you this shit. Okay? The last tweet that he put out was this. Hold on, let me zoom out a little bit. He says, I'm going to put it in the voice that I think he sounds like in my head. I can walk into any FM station and talk to an 18-year-old intern and ask what's BDS, and they can answer that question without Google. Fun fact for y'all playing pretend-ass internet radio / digital platforms and indie artists. Y'all corny. Stop pretending and learn the business. Again, as you see, 30,000 followers and 2 retweets, 3 likes in 3 hours. Divine thought. You're a hater. You're a hater. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to step on your toes. I didn't mean to have actual listeners. We are in the world of podcasting now. Nobody cares about your little played out station. Nobody's even listening. You're mad. You act like you know the business, but you don't. I'm actually the daughter of someone that was in the business. I think I know a little bit more than you, homie. You're a fucking hater. And it's very sad. He's mad because he tries to bully because of a follower count, not because of actual engagement. Oh my God. Yes. I don't understand this whole competition. You know, this is my quip, and I see this on Facebook a lot. I see this on Instagram a lot. If you motherfuckers are so knowledgeable about the business, why aren't you doing more to help artists instead of belittling them? Like, what are you doing besides sitting on Facebook and putting artists down because they don't understand the business? This is not, they didn't fucking come to people and say, here is a manual. Like, you know, like my favorite movie is Beetlejuice, and, you know, they had the handbook of the recently deceased. Should they make a handbook of the recently new artists who just finished their first song and had it mixed and mastered, and should they just hand us a fucking manual? Because you guys act like because you know more than other people that they're fucking stupid. That's not it. The information that you may have, that's perfect. Utilize that if you're so fucking smart. These comments and these things, like, you know, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Dude, oh, y'all are performing for free. I bet you didn't know. Of course they didn't know. So why do you have to come out your face and say it that way? Why can't you just say, hey guys, I see that you guys are doing performances. I see that you guys are really grinding and hustling, but just don't forget that you need to do this too. Don't forget you need to do that too. But instead, y'all want to call fucking people stupid. Why do you worry about how other people are maneuvering in the business? That's what I don't get. Let's just keep it real. If y'all care about these artists, then y'all would be doing more to care about them. Write a fucking book. Put out an audiobook. Sit down at a fucking mixing board and record a 12-part series on a podcast and teach artists how to be artists. How about you do that instead of running your mouth? It's just stupid, okay? And again, to these guys that seem to think that there is a competition, there is no competition. That's like saying, like I said in a tweet the other night, that's like saying there can only be one college. There's only one college, one school to learn from, and everybody must learn it from you. Well, why don't you work on your planner? Work on planning on how you're going to execute that information, because your fucking ego is the reason why nobody wants to fuck with you. And I'm keeping it real. I keep it real. You know why people fuck with me? People fuck with me because I know how to educate. Y'all don't know how to educate. Education takes time. Education takes patience. And education takes learning. You, as the educator, learning how to relate to your audience, relate to your classroom. You're so knowledgeable about the fucking business. Why are you on Facebook all day? Why are you on Twitter all day? To complain because other artists are not knowledgeable about the business? You could be making a killing. Don't run your mouth. Run some seminars. Don't run your mouth. Don't do it. Glenn Cannon says, BDS is a thing of the past for real, only told other people what was hot in the streets. Yes. Yes. Education takes consistency. Yes. It does take consistency. I've been consistent. So this guy, this bitch ass nigga, that's what I'm going to call him, because what he did was some bitch ass shit. He blocked me, right? Not that I didn't really fucking care if he blocked me, guys. It's that he blocked me, and he also blocked me from his little show page. So you know what? I'm glad you blocked me, because I've heard your music. I see why you're mad. I see why you're mad. But you could never step foot on the mic with me. You could never talk to me in real life. And I post my number everywhere. You had something to say to me, bruh? You did some feminine bitch shit. You know what the feminine bitch shit was, sir? You subtweeted me. And if you had balls and you had cojones, you would have at me. You couldn't stand me that much. I didn't even, y'all could ask my Twitter people. I don't tweet dumb shit. I'm trying to scroll up too. Hold on, let me see if I can scroll up on. Oh yeah, you're on YouTube. Shit. I gotta get on YouTube. Let me see if I can get on YouTube. You know, I just get real passionate about this shit because it's like I don't fucking do anything to make anybody hate me. I just do me. You know, I just live my life. I do my podcasts. I just, you know, try my best. And you have these haters that try to create steam because they want to be a fucking name drop. But I made him a name drop. I did it because I want him to see that, you know, you're a hater. And I aired you out publicly as a fucking hater. Underground Mike says, exactly. Spend the energy hating on artists, promoting the underground platform, and the artists contributing to it. That's what promotes change to the platform. Education is consistency. Oh yeah, so I caught up. I had to bring up my YouTube on another thing. But this is just a reality, guys. You know, you could do a podcast, you could do whatever. Bars Night says education is the key to ending the industry's grip, and they're losing every day. Glenn, you got to send me an email because I'm not going to be able to click that link. Okay. But this is where we're at. You know, I'm cool with haters. I understand that you get haters when you try to do good. You know, Jesus had haters. You know, Nipsey Hussle had haters. But, you know, I'm really, you know, it's very hard for me to understand, you know, the process as to, you know, what the fuck it is that I'm doing wrong, you know. but it is what it is. All right, so we're gonna get one more song on, and let me see. I lost some Patreon members this week, but that's okay. Everybody, you test it out, you like it, great. If not, I'm happy to have been able to work for you. It's a hit or miss with a lot of people. Again, I try my best. I do my best. I try to keep you guys educated in the. I just try my best, and sometimes people they don't see that, and um, got a lot of people going against the grain. It does happen. Um, Underground Mike says, I was saying, how is he going to throw shade when his main link is SoundCloud? At least upgrade to Spotify. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you're the one. You're sitting on Twitter all day talking about how artists don't monetize, how artists are not smart enough to understand publishing, how artists are not smart enough to do this and that. Yet you're on SoundCloud where you can totally not monetize your shit. My podcast is monetized. I actually get paid for the ads. So, hello. If anybody have Anchor, just hit me up. I'll show you how to, see, helping people out, even podcasters. If you are trying to get your shit monetized, I definitely got you on the info for that. If you have a podcast and your shit is not on iHeartRadio yet, y'all need to get at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I just, you know, as long as you support me, I got you. I don't really care about money and all the parameters like that. I just say I would rather have people contributing to the platform because I know that they fuck with it, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna get one last song on. Damn, I've been getting a lot of followers today. Mind you, we just hit 1,300 followers on Twitter. 1,300 is not a lot, but as always, I come with my engagement, my analytics. Uh, I said I was going to start doing this for every show now, because nobody else is doing it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys my analytics for the week for Twitter. I don't really care much about Instagram and shit, but oh yes, Underground Mics, I got you. I gotta read that thing out loud. All right, so I'm going to show you guys my analytics for the week, just to show you guys that just because I have 1,300 followers doesn't mean that it's just a follower. So this is directly through Twitter. Okay. So this was we're in November the 1st, so I really wasn't tweeting that much today. So we're going to be looking at my October summary. And again, I could challenge anybody on these apps that are sitting here trying to sell some shit and they don't show their analytics. I'm very, very, heavy about that. All right, so in the last 28 days, my tweets have hit over 458,000 accounts, screens. 9,000 people have visited my account. 9,000. I'm like, damn, why the fuck didn't 9,000 people follow me? Because they're not ready for this goodness. They're not ready for the information. They are not ready because I believe that a lot of people are just watching and we have a lot of watchers. I've also had 2,372 mentions for the month. That's up like a 35%. All greens, all greens. Within the last 28 days, I have gained 785 followers. Mind you, this is a new account. I just started this account. I love Twitter, and we just rocks with Twitter. Okay. So today, as you guys see, I haven't tweeted yet this month. They say I was like, what? I didn't tweet yet. But as you see, these are numbers. Okay, these are my numbers. It's just showing my mentions, my profile visits, my tweet impressions, and the amount of times that I tweet. As you see, this is like some of my shit that I've put out. September was a good month, 353,000. I was only at 349 new followers. I had 7,000 profile visits, 1,485 mentions. So as you guys see, I'm going to make this an annual, like a weekly thing. I'm going to show my analytics because none of these motherfuckers out here are doing that. Okay, I keeps it real. Underground Mike says, We care about the message. Minx brings the community, not the analytics. When you truly believe in supporting the cause, the results do follow. Yes, they do. And I'm about to check my DMs, and then we're gonna get on the final song, and then we're gonna close out the show. My other phone died for station head. That sucks. Damn it. Anyway, at least they'll get the gist. This was my first episode on there, and they're gonna have to check out the Spotify. All right, so Twitter.com. Let me check my DMs. Everybody was hitting me up. Oh my God, Minx, you're not live. Ah! I was like, I have feedback. I don't know where the fuck it's coming from, and it only happened when I moved my equipment to my room, and I think there's some sort of interference. Okay, so all right, so here we go. So basically, I partnered up with Underground Mics, and I want to tell you guys about a great opportunity because everybody's looking for free promo. So check this out. Underground Mics is if you are on Twitter. Underground Mics has a retweet team that is open to artists of all genres, gamers, comedians, and even podcasts like this show. Here's how it works. They send you tweets, and if you retweet it, you'll get 1 point. And at 10 points, you can submit your tweet, and the group retweets you. They're building a team of people, so this way, every time you release new content, you can get 25 to 50 retweets from real people across their network. It's 100% free. It's a great way to connect with the great community and work together to push the great content of the underground. You can contact them on Twitter, which is at Underground Mics, and you can tell them that the Mink Show sent you. All right, so please, Underground Mics, y'all need to link up with them. You know, I like working with them. They're real cool, really on point, really professional, and you know, I do appreciate everything they've done for the podcast so far. Thank you so much. All right, and my last thoughts is this. These are my final thoughts. It is hard to operate when you have a big ego. Okay, these are the artists that, how can I put this? Hold on me. Why is this like this? Okay, it's like this. Okay. I'll give you an example. Earlier in the week, I saw an artist had tweeted something, and I don't really like to just add anybody, but they asked a very important, like a very decent question that I felt that I had an answer to. And this artist made me feel like how fucking dare you give me advice or information that I should investigate before I even come up with a synopsis, right? So that line of thinking is the reason why a lot of you guys are not flourishing, because when you are an artist, you don't know shit. So when somebody comes to you and they're trying to help you, it's not because we think that you're retarded. I hate that word. But we don't, you know, we're just trying to help. Help means me giving you information, and it's knowledge that you did not have prior to speaking to me. Either you would just take it and say, okay, thank you so much. Or you just leave it and say thank you so much because somebody took the time out to let you know that they had information that could possibly help you. And a lot of you artists are failing because you don't want help. You think you know it all. You have your chest poked out and shun anybody that may come to you with information that may help you. So with that said, because I deal with so many people on a daily basis with a crazy fucking ego, I'm not going to you. Even if I have the answer, I'm not going to you. If I see something that could be beneficial to artists, it's a pretty much a very interesting concept, I'm just going to subtweet it and say, oh, well. But if you don't want help, then don't write anything on social media that indicates that you are questioning a process or something. Because this happened earlier this week, and I was very surprised. Thank you, Bars Nice. Bars Nice is a new Patreon member, and he's going to be part of our promotional program. When I was an artist, when I was an artist when I was younger, 19, 20, maybe 22 years old, my ego was so big. Even though my dad has been in the business before, it's almost like a parent that says, I went through that. What are you talking about? My dad was actually in the business. And even though he was telling me, Minx, you shouldn't do this. Minx, don't upload that to SoundCloud. You just, let it rock. Let me master it. And I'm like, I'm going to upload it anyway because this shit is fire. Okay. It's still sitting there. It's still sitting there with 10 plays. Your ego, you need to step back. Okay. You need to take it down a notch. You need to be open and willing to learn things that you do not know. Okay. It's just not going to happen overnight. None of this knowledge is going to resonate overnight, which is why when somebody tells you something, it's just good to keep doing your research on it. Don't just settle on the first thing of information. This is why this chick had posted something about finding your target audience. And all I said was, oh, I actually use United Masters to find my target audience. When is Minx's dad going to be a guest on the show? He probably will. He's been asking, but I told him, I said, wait, because I want it to be special. I want him to be in the studio with me, or in the house. I want to have it set up with him. I just was like, really? And this chick was like, me personally, she had 5,000 followers, by the way. Me personally, I don't like to attach my accounts to anything unless I'm like, I didn't say all of that. What I said was there was a interesting feature with United Masters that I use that helps me find my target audience. She goes, well, I already have my own distribution company, so I'm not interested in what United Masters has to say. I was like, okay. I just smiled. All right. I just wrote, okay. But she kept going, kept replying back to me. And I kept saying, all right, okay. So then as a subtweet, I posted the video, which she watched. This is what I thought was so fucking stupid. Because on Periscope, it shows you who watched the video. So she's like, oh, I'm not interested, but thank you, but watched it anyway. I can guarantee she started United Masters account because this is the thing that I always keep telling people. People can say to you, check this out. You don't necessarily have to sign up for shit. If I sat here and did a fucking review and I recorded it and then I put it up on social media and people pose a question, I don't know my target audience. You can use this. This is what I use. So now you can see how it works for me. And then you can decide if it may work for you or if you want to give it a try. But I'm like, bitch, you only got 5,000 followers. I don't think that any of these social media companies is going to want to steal your information because you had 1,000 plays on Spotify. So, just take your ego down a notch. And that's why I did this episode today. Because a lot of people need to chill. Need to be receptive to information. You need to just relax. Okay? So here's going to be my ego moment. Okay? This is going to be my ego moment. I had to get that out. That shit was really bothering me. I don't ever play my music, and I'm going to play my song today. Okay? That's my ego. You guys have my email address. Can you please get me your songs? This is the only request that I have. You guys wait until the dawn of the podcast before I go live, and you guys ask me if I can play your song. You can't do that. You got to get your songs to me during the week. All I need for a podcast episode is 5 songs. Don't inundate me with all these songs the day of, because it's just, So anyway, I'm closing out the show with my song, I Can't Help It. This song actually got, I think, 1,600 plays last month. And I figured, why not? All right, so here we go with Can't Help It. Written and produced by me and engineered by my dad. My dad actually mixed it for me because I was lazy that day. All right, so here we go. This song is called Can't Help It. And here we go. That ain't it. Oh, Lord. like, oh my God. Here we go.
Minx be on the track line.
I'm too cool for school, I might as well be the teacher. I'm always setting trends, so follow the leader. I pray for my haters every day, but just remember when you're watching me, I make this shit look easy, cause I'm the wave, even though they try to throw me off my energy. Tell me if that's working for you. Aren't you tired of all the lurking you do? Do you like what you see? How I'm living life with no apologies. I'm good with all that drama, babe. I'm just trying to get paid. Sometimes I be in the zone and I can't help it. Sometimes I just need to be alone, I can't help it. I've been lost in my mind, I can't help it. Feels like I'm running out of time, so I can't help it. I'ma chase all my dreams, as impossible as it seems. I really can't help it, babe. But I bet your faith can't do this. Yeah. Why worry about the things that I can't change? I bet the drives on my haters insane. They be waiting for me to break, but I maintain. I've been through worse storms, not talking wind and rain. I guess you could say I'm addicted to the pain. I tell life you hit like a bitchin'. Too many chefs in the kitchen, but I guess they want this smoke. And sometimes life doesn't go as planned. You gotta grab it by the horns with your bare hands. Take control, take a chance. Even if your tears wanna do a dance. And people will doubt you. Go through extremes, just stop you. Some will leave and move on without you, and all the fakes will start chasing clout too. So, do you like what you see? How I'm living life with no apologies. I'm good with all that drama, babe. I'm just trying to get paid. Sometimes I be in the zone and I can't help it. Sometimes I just need to be alone, I can't help it. I've been lost in my mind, I can't help it. Feels like I'm running out of time, so I can't help it. I'ma chase all my dreams, as impossible as it seems. I really can't help it, babe, but that's just a part of me. I can't help it.
Thank you guys.
I really can't help it, babe.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, my music is different. I that's another story. But when I make my songs and I make my beats and I just, I just keep it real. I'm a versatile artist. That's why I'm working with so many different genres of alternative and rock right now because that's like my next realm. But this beat tape is dropping. I got this beat tape dropping. Crystal Moon is dropping. My manager's gonna kill me if I don't send him over my my EP. He gonna kill me. He be like, man, Minx, I saw you. Um, so again, New Music Friday. Again, if you guys are trying to get your songs to me, you got to get it to me before. You got to get it to me before Wednesday, because after Wednesday is the cap. I don't know if I'm gonna have a guest that day. Y'all will find out Wednesdays from now on because, I'm going to talk about why my interview didn't go down the way it was supposed to, but that's on the vlog. So again, this is the Minx Show podcast. I do thank you guys for tuning in. Reach out to me behind the scenes if you're interested in becoming a Patreon member, if you're interested in having an interview. I do have two people that reached out. Their management did reach out, so I will be trying to facilitate those interviews this month. And because it's November and there's 3 holidays. I think there's three Fridays in November. Okay, so again, New Music Friday. You can check it out. The new shows. I got 2 new shows, which is a Daily Drip. Daily Drip must be Spotify links. It can't be any other links. It has to be Spotify. So Daily Drip, and then we have Minx Nightly, and that's when we're gonna be talking about relationships and just taboo subjects. I know y'all can't wait for that. Oh, so again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys, and I am out. I am outie. I'm outski, and I'm going to go pay some bills and stay out of trouble, guys. Stay out of trouble. And of course, if you guys come across any spam, any scams, please get it to me so this way I can be able to air them out the way I do best. And again,